Back for a rest? Space adventuring is tiring work. I have received a transmission from Roseway. Welcome back, Captain. I have received...
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast! I'll keep this short lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I have an item of great value. Now, how does this blasted...
The transmission is... I have lots of... I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like? When I say... Fortunately for you, a misfired attempt at humor. Captain, as you may be aware, in our travels... Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in Emerald Vale due to excessive internal and external bleeding. I have required you to assume Hawthorne's identity in order to sync your commands to my interpretation protocols. I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying about your identity if you wish, but I know the truth. I am relieved to hear it, Captain.
Oh, excuse me.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. Please avoid damaging your... We've
I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell and his cronies are not your friends. They might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be fooled. They're just using you for their own ends. What's on your mind? Nice hit! Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a win.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Hey, be careful with those crates.
Nico's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard
Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my... I found... It's all... Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you. Because that's what... I think they made some... Groundbreaker's radiators. Miss... If you're...
A CCN 76 on top of bar, caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Hey, that pad down there, with the lights off, there are people unloading a ship.
Probably another sublight contract.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Hey! Should've get off the pot, damn it! Anything in there? You can't be hogging the facilities for 40 damn minutes. You ought to see a doctor. You got a condition or something.
You see we had a conveyor pull in? One of them interstellar jobs.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled
Rizzo's Lemon Snap. Snap your whole family tonight.
Are you listening to me, Emperor? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make it.
Keep your sights out, friend.
Making it look easy.
Give you a needle full of blood. Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today? regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed?
Well, well, well. What fine treasures might await us in here? There they go.
This could be a clean fight. Down they go. Don't mess with us. One could make a real. Fine, mess with that. hell of a job.
There it is. Just yank the drive and I... Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made land... Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his... I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if... I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've...
Huh? Oh. We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Said you docked 3 days ago? You seen Arthur today?
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out... Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river.
You got... crushed during the bridge.
Yes, even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
It puts things into perspective.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper. This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy. Oh, he knew. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Okay, I admit it. I was tired of your high and mighty speechifying all the time. It was just a joke, I swear. I didn't mean nothing by it.
See, Captain? I've dealt with this swine before. I know how he thinks. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better. Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there. It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway. Easy does it. Could I have a word with you, Captain?
Do you hear that? It's the blessed sound of radio silence, which leads me to believe you have sweet, sweet news. I may have a secret. Ask me what. How? Yes, indeed. But before we get down to it, might I ask how you handled the problem? In the end?
I'd say fairly competently.
Is that so? I don't know how. The two are diametrically opposed and impossible to please. But it matters not how you fix. I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information to the purchaser. However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver so I can input the needed adjustments. You make it sound so scandalous. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between.
Now you hold on. I do not physically go between anyone but that of my choose. Oh, apologies. You meant, right. Yes, I braved the wilderness.
Precisely. I really ought to give you a raise. It's simple, truly. Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated breath.
Testing 1, 2, check, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beautiful sound. Can you hear me? We are a go for broadcast. Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Worse, I'm now indebted to him for it. Now I'll kindly thank you to get out of my tower. There's no need to assert your dominance. I doubt I can make you do anything you don't wish to. Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly exterior. But, as Nyoka can attest, I do not form attachment.
Why, he told us to leave without flinging insults at our persons. He really does like you,
What in the... Captain, there's a fireball in the sky.
Black holes? Did you see that? Looks like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I guess it's one of the board's blockade. Oh well, a pity for the crew. Hiram? Can you hear me? Did you see that? Architect saved me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Did MSI, or did... Yes, but... Hiram. Hiram, are you there? Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing through the stratosphere. We need only collect its... Are you mad? That's the UDL gunship. You... Par for the course, really. You should do like I... We could use the gunship's armaments to defend... Our message is so close. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do, so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my void damn channel. I'm more...
No one saw me trip over that, right? This should be fun. And dangerous. Here we go!
Nice hit! Air test. Our survival. Can we talk? Doubt there's anyone or anything alive in there to cause you any grief. Seems like I'd be more effective out here, watching for threats.
Yeah, me too. You have fun.
fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
If the Iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're... Well, because the module controls the weapons systems. Can you imagine what those maniacs would do with weapons like that? They'd wreak havoc.
And roll back all the progress we've made at reconciling with the rest of Halcyon.
This would be more than a shakeup. Even if they merely sat on the scraps, the threat of a bunch of anarchists holding a gunship would bring the full wrath of the board down on Monarch. We can't afford that.
Threaten the system's order and you call down the wrath of the universe. Or in this case, the board's. which in...
Oh, you see our quandary then. Look, Celia, he's being funny again.
I don't think so, sir.
Really? Well, I could have sworn... Well, that's not important. What is important is that there's a considerable distance between us and that ship. And most of it is... Oh, it is. And that's not saying anything about the...
Celia, do we have any pep pills? I'm feeling lightheaded.
Oh, well, Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will... Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon. The board's own Salvage and Recovery Clause 32...
And they won't dare challenge us over this. Not after the data you found. Don't worry. We'll send an engineering team for those later.
Of course, they'll be useless without... Well, surely you don't mean that. I'm the band you're...
The point is, this weapon system would be a powerful advantage, and we can't risk the Iconoclast getting...
Good, because we... That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to...
Agreed. This is mysterious.
A conspiracy? You've spent too much time around Graham. If the... They're all mad! And what's... Not...
Remember what we
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her. Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
I wasn't expecting to say this, but if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting...
Captain, I was hoping for a word. I want to thank you for talking some sense into me. It has been a long time since I gave... You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long. I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live... You owe me nothing, I know, but I... Thank you. Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a
Captain, Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism.
Let's be frank here. He's an unhinged charlatan.
You're not wrong, but get the hell off your high horse, preacher. This ain't exactly easy for me. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way... Okay. Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats. What? Zora?
You're running the Iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the eternal path.
The troops? Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you... And you, Captain. After all you've done for me. For us. I can and shall. All I've done for my people. And look at I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No. I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the iconoclasts.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? I'm sorry.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
Please.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Incoming!
One all right? Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the iconoclast. You've got the void. I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line. You know, Captain, I never thought about that. Maybe he could... All right. If he's willing to talk... Well then. I've got to prepare a few just-in-case measures. But when you're... Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposal.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was...
If it were, I wouldn't be standing here all vulnerable-like.
Sanja, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost?
Though I admit I'd rather not. We've shed enough blood.
Is the only choice here between fighting and starving? We've got to be practical. So forceful. You know I love your little displays. Perhaps I'm being hasty. After all, I'm rather good with numbers. I'm certain we can find a way to make this work.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Thank the Eternal. As poetic as murdering him in his sleep would have been, I'm glad we don't have to.
I'm confused. The look on your...
Come on, you can't be this obtuse. Tell me Graham wasn't working alone. He couldn't have.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at...
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far. But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I buy it. Sanjar ain't capable of hurting a sprat, even from a distance.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it. Okay. You're right. Sorry.
You know, I felt the same way years ago, when he first left. You know, there was something magnetic about him that let you ignore the things you didn't want to see. But surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'll need to sign a physical contact waiver first.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Gotta be honest, Captain. Never thought I'd see the day. You've done a good thing for Monarch.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium, and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not a common immigrant. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel.